This is Roxy. We lost our house in the Creek County wildfires, and Roxy had 2 to 3 day old kittens under the house, and she was going back and forth trying to save her kittens and was burned severely.
What brought us to Animal Emergency Clinic is a few weeks ago she got sick at her stomach, and after a couple of days of trying to nurse her back to health, she was doing pretty good, and then all of a sudden she wasn't. She couldn't drink water. She would drink water, but she couldn't keep it down. She couldn't keep any food down. So we came to Animal Emergency Clinic.
Started foaming at the mouth and heart palpitations, and started to have seizures. We knew he was in trouble, so we brought him here, and the doctors and staff just immediately took him and just started hooking him up and taking care of him just immediately.
This is on the 4th of July. He started convulsing. So we scooped him up and called and told the folks here that we were on our way down here, and we got here. They rolled a cart out to the car and loaded him up and came in and started blood work immediately, and it ended up, I think we were here for about 2 weeks with Chester.
A lady from the Salvation Army had introduced us to Animal Aid of Oklahoma, which in turn sent us to the Animal Emergency Center, and they was able to work wonders on Roxy. We didn't think she was going to make it. She had skin peeling off of her and everything, and she's back to her old frisky self again.
She had to have some surgery. The folks at Animal Emergency Clinic, they went over everything with me. They discussed everything. Cost was a big issue for me, and they didn't pressure me. They just explained everything.
They had him on, you know, the Valium and everything because he was having cluster seizures, and it was just touch and go, very much so, for 6 days, and we would call them any time of the day or night, and the staff and doctors were always so helpful with us, and they would answer any question we had and talk to us for as long as we needed to.
And they saved his life. I don't think they expected him to make it. I'm glad they didn't give up on him. And it found out that everyone was coming in and calling on their days off, just checking on Mr. Brown. And finally we were able to bring him home.
Staff was great. They were awesome. They treated us like Roxy was one of our children, you know. It was great.
They didn't pressure me. They just explained everything, why each thing was important, and let me kind of pick and choose if I could do everything. Let me take my time and make my phone calls and make my decisions on her treatment without really giving me any pressure.
We worked with all the doctors over the course. I remember Dr. Owen and all the staff. Everybody up front was just so friendly.
When my husband spoke to, and I'm not even sure who he talked to on the phone, but when he spoke to the person he talked to, we'd done some internet research, and he just more or less asked them questions. You know, this is what we found out on with our research, and I think they verified what it was. They were very helpful. You know, no charge. I mean, it was just they were concerned about the animal and what they could do just over the phone to reassure us and then to help him.
I actually have recommended them to everybody I work with. It's a great place to bring your pet.
We would recommend, you know, this place to anybody that's having.
We would highly recommend them.
We actually recommended my neighbor.
They treated me as a person, and as Petal's mom, they treated me almost as much as they treated my baby.
These folks saved my dog's life, and I'll be forever grateful to them.